aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well.
Hey, Q Nation, jot down this number right now, 800-947-3271. Open enrollment for all health care, including Medicare, is right now. Mark Ponder is our true expert. Call him at 800-947-3271 today.
The Region 9 Area Agency on Aging presents a free caregiver seminar Friday, November 21st at the Crawford County Commission on Aging from 10 to 2. The seminar invites caregivers of all types to attend, whether caring for a loved one or professional care workers. Complimentary breakfast and lunch along with great prizes and giveaways. Registration is preferred, but walk-ins are welcome. Register at 989-358-4667 or email healthyaging@nemcsa.org.
Here in northern Michigan, Woodhaven Log and Lumber has all the log siding, knotty pine paneling, and custom wood products to make your home the gorgeous up-north refuge that you deserve. Woodhaven Log and Lumber is family-owned and operated right in Mayo, and they make each order custom to your exact needs and budget. See what your dream home can look like at woodhavenlog.com. Dare to have the home you've always wanted. woodhavenlog.com.
Only 15% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class status, the highest training level recognized in the industry. Jim's Collision in Roscommon is proud to be one of them. They know the latest repair technologies, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features. Jim's invests in training because they would never cut corners with your family's safety, and neither should you. Jim's Collision on East Federal Highway in Roscommon and online at choosejims.com.
I'm Cecilia Chesney, CEO and a proud big sister with Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm reaching out with an urgent message about the incredible growth we are experiencing. Growth I've never witnessed in my 15 years. Right now, 97 children are on our wait list. 97 young people in our community waiting and hoping for a mentor. We need your help. Recently, one child told us, "I'm still waiting for a big brother because I just want someone to believe in me." Mentoring is about making a meaningful connection, whether it's a long talk after school or a quick high five that says, "I believe in you." Every moment counts. To our incredible mentors, thank you for believing in our children and making a difference every single day. Your impact is immeasurable. And to those of you who are thinking about joining us, now is the time. Your involvement will transform a child's life. Join us in our mission to empower youth. Visit bigsupnorth.org. Let's turn those 97 hopeful faces into 97 success stories. Together, we can show these kids they are not alone.
It's time for the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show on Up North Sports Radio with your host, Rich Calkins.
It is time for the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord, dedicated to providing the best customer service and the best offers. JimWernigChevrolet.com. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you this opening day of firearm deer season around the great state of Michigan. And have it right out of the gates, we have a head coach from Traverse City Central, Eric Shiggers. And Coach, I tell you what, on paper, it looked like you guys were going to be big underdogs heading down to the high-scoring Portage Central team. And, Coach, I tell you, you guys really played very well, and really a hard-fought game in which Portage Central won 24-20.
Yeah, that was kind of a role we relished. The idea of the underdog the last few weeks, no one gave us a chance except the kids in our locker room, our staff, and we weren't the underdogs. And it was like our coaches were saying, we were the dogs, and so we showed up. We showed up, and our kids believed in what we were doing, and it's tough this morning to see how close we were at being regional champs. But I'm just proud of our group and proud of what they did to take us on this run late in the year.
Yeah, Coach, was the game plan going in typically like what you guys do, basically work the play clock right down to each second and try to maintain the ball as long as you can, because you know how that high-scoring offense from Portage Central, they love to put the points on the board.
Yeah, we watched, you see teams on film and you watch what they do, and they had big plays, but we thought we had the defense to stop them on the run, and we did for the most part. They had a couple plays they caught us in the past because we were committing to the run, and they executed those. I mean, I think you go back and watch the game, and I don't know if they had about a couple of incompletions, and they had just some timely passes that hurt us in that game, and those are some big plays for us. And we gave up a kick return for a touchdown, and that's one that you lose by 4 points. You look at it, you're like, man. So big plays happen in the games. Kids make plays, and we didn't, and that's tough for our kids. But I'm proud of the effort and proud of our staff for what we're able to do.
Yeah, Coach, tell us about the game a little bit, how it went, the scoring and all of that. Did you guys come out? Did they take the lead? Did you guys kind of go through quarter by quarter kind of what happened?
Yeah, we had the ball first, and we got stopped 3-0. And then just the field position-wise, they got a good off a punt. We didn't get good yardage there. And then they ended up getting a field goal. So we stopped them to a field goal. And I think all year long, I don't know if they've ever attempted a field goal. They typically usually score. So we stop them to a field goal, then we go down the field and score. And unfortunately, our extra point was blocked, and so it was 6-3. And defensively, we kind of settled in, took control of the game, and we stopped them again. Our offense scored. We were up 13-3.
Wow.
2 minutes and a half. And that's the ensuing kickoff after we scored. When we're up 13-3, got the momentum, and that's when they busted that kick return. And just to take the momentum right back at 13-10. So we're up 13-10 going into the half, and felt pretty good about it. And defense will be playing well, and they were able to score once, and then we responded. So they went up 17-13, and we responded. Went up 20-17, and late in that game they had a couple passes that moved the ball down the field, and a pass late that we were just. We got beat on, and that was the difference, and they ended up scoring. So we couldn't score late in the game, and it's just one of those things that they had the ball last, and we couldn't get out of their hands. So. Yeah,
no, Coach, sounds like an incredible game for sure. Coach, what's the secret sauce to you guys coming on, Coach? You end the regular season with that disappointing loss against West in the Patriot game, but you're able to rally the troops to come back, beat them the next week, and then continue on having success in the playoffs. What exactly is it that is kind of the Eric Sugar secret sauce to get them motivated?
Well, I'll tell you what, I just when you end the game the way we did last night, you look at your seniors, you hug and love on your seniors, and I said to many of them, they bought in what we were doing. They trusted us, and they believed. And so the secret sauce is just the fact that in the locker room, like, you got to have kids, follow the lead. And, our staff does a great job. Coach Tester and defense coordinator Mike Glee, our offensive coordinator, those guys spend countless hours preparing our kids, and the kids believe it. But it takes young men to trust what you're doing. And then collectively the seniors to, in those circles, in those conversations, to get the guys going. So if you develop that team chemistry and bond, and then you rely on your leaders to take care of things, I think that they rally the troops. They communicate. They realize they're a good football team. They know, hey, let's make a run here. Let's make a mark. And they did, and that's the exciting thing. This 2025 team doesn't have a number on the banner for regional championships, but they got one for district championships. And what they did here in the playoffs is certainly a mark of what type of team we were.
Yeah, no doubt, Coach. I mean, I tell you what, when when I came down onto the field after that playoff game against when you beat West, and it was about a half hour after the game, and I walked by your locker room, Coach, and they were still a half hour after the game. It was so loud in your locker room. It was absolutely amazing.
And that's what it was. I just think they enjoyed earning another week, spending another week together, getting the opportunity to do this. Playoff runs are temporary, nothing lasts forever. And so this moment, these experiences, I think the kids embrace it. I think they embraced coming out to practice the next day, we came out to practice last Tuesday and it was snow on the ground, and it's just like, You gotta love this, and then all of a sudden it's 50 and sunny on Thursday's practice. So that's Northern Michigan for you. But every moment you get to be with these kids, it's an opportunity. For our staff, my goal is to develop young men and positively impact them so they can be great leaders in the future. And anytime you get another day and a week with those kids, you have the opportunity to do that. That's great. But I tell you what, they inspired me, and they taught us a lot too, just about their resolve and what it takes. And we're going to miss that bad group of seniors, and excited about the future of our program though. But it's still sour this morning, no doubt, because we were that close to playing another week.
Coach, you going to have any of your seniors playing at the next level?
Yeah, there's some kids that are going to have some opportunity to play at the next level for sure. Probably Division III, Division II level. So, those guys will certainly be able to, put a helmet on again and shoulder pads on again if they wish. And that's something that I know they put themselves an opportunity to do. And I'm excited for some of those kids to be recognized in these end of season awards and honors. So, but ultimately, I'm just going to remember the 25 team, just the way we were resilient and we believed in. People counted us out. That's a great thing. If you go down to Muskegon, no one thought we could do that.
Right.
Portage Central's rolling over people. You guys don't have a chance. Like, yeah, we do. So,
I love it.
Speaking of Portage Central, Coach, they are going to advance. What did you like about them, and what do you think of their chances making it to Ford Field?
To be honest, Orchard Lake St. Mary's had the best team, the defending state champs. So,
Yeah, and they killed Midland Dow. Yes, holy cow, yeah.
I tell you what, Portage Central's well coached. Mick Enders does a good job. They have some great players, like a Division I linebacker at North Texas, and they got a Division I recruit and a fullback, and their quarterback made some great plays last night.
Uh-huh.
I was impressed by how he just made plays under pressure and threw the ball when he needed to. It's not like a drop-back style offense, but, he found guys open in the flat and down the field, and they made plays when they needed to. They're a good football team, no doubt. I think their style of offense is going to help them, but, ultimately, I think the defending champs it's a pretty tough out.
Yeah, when I checked out that score as well, Coach, they absolutely dominated Midland Dow last night.
Yeah.
St. Mary's did.
Yeah. And that was at Midland.
Yeah, at Midland, yeah. So.
Yeah. So, well, I would have loved the chance, no doubt about it. So, but you know what? We didn't get it, and good luck to Portage.
Well, like you said, Coach, only one team goes home happy. So you got to relish, like you said, the seniors that bought in and built a base for your juniors and sophomores to come back stronger next year.
Yeah, it is, and it's what we told the kids. It's just the attention to detail and the care and effort and the commitment you put into this. Every moment is a moment that's something they'll remember. And I thought those kids put their heart and soul into it, and they love doing it. And I'm gonna miss being with them on Monday. That's for sure.
Yeah, Coach. Good thing you've got that junior quarterback Isaac there. He's coming back next year, so you got to love that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You hug those juniors and sophomores and say, hey, this is an experience. This is something you'll remember, and hopefully it springboards you into the off-season workouts and into preparation for next year.
Coach, how do you stand on the kids playing other sports? Is that something you encourage, or would you rather have them get in the weight room and focus on football?
Oh, I always want them playing three sports, man. You learn so much.
All right.
So we want three-sport athletes, man. They're the dying breed of that. We don't see as many kids doing that anymore.
No, I know you don't.
Frankly, I know there's a commitment to it, but kids got to choose sometimes. But they learn so many lessons. Maybe they have a different role and different skill set, and I think it's also a different wear and tear on the body. I think that's something you need to get away from. So
yeah,
I always encourage, like I hug my senior, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go watch you play hockey now, and the other kids play basketball and wrestle. So they're gonna jump right into the winter sports, and that's what we want.
Yeah,
we want to go see them. We want to see them compete. That's the bottom line. You want to compete in high school, and kids should be doing that.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we appreciate everything you do as a leader of young men in Northern Michigan, and you're doing a great job, and we appreciate you joining us here on Saturday mornings.
Hey, guys, I appreciate what you do, and, like I said, this is an opportunity. God put me in a position to do this, and I just put my faith in the Lord, and I just have a great opportunity to work with these young men, and it's such a blessing, and thanks for your support.
Okay, you bet. Eric Shiggers from Traverse City Central, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
Yeah, incredible, man. What a battle down there, having the lead late into the ball game, and Portage Central gets, again, like Coach said, they have a number of D1 recruits all over the field there. And Central does not have that, but that at the D1 level. So, but hey.
Not this year. We'll see how their kids develop.
Right.
I mean, it's a big school.
Yep.
They've won state championships in the past. So
just incredible.
Yeah.
What a job by them.
That Division II had a very interesting night last night. So as we mentioned, Orchard Lake St. Mary's just stuffed Midland Dow.
That I know. I thought, seeing Midland Dow like I have this year, I thought that that they could maybe give Orchard Lake St. Mary's a ball game, but they came up to Midland and showed what big boy football was all about.
Well, yeah, and it was kind of a theme. If you look at the games that were played, the metropolitan, the Tri-County area of Detroit really showed through last night in those games. Not only did Orchard Lake St. Mary's 42-7 over Midland Dow, and they were undefeated, weren't they?
Dow had lost one game.
One game, okay. St. Mary's had lost 3, I think.
Right, yeah, because they beat each other up. And,
down in that Catholic
it's kind
League.
of like the SEC. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, they lost to Catholic Central. They played out of division in a couple of instances.
Yes.
Birmingham Groves beat St. Clair Shores soundly.
Yes,
37-14. The no defense played in the Dexter Gibraltar Carlson game.
Not at all, baby. All gas, no break on that one.
56-42. So
yeah.
So and like as Coach pointed out, St. Mary's is the defending state champion. They've got a quarterback who's I think he's only a sophomore, who's already getting a lot of attention, and that's Jermaine Gonzalez's son. Jermaine Gonzalez, All-American high school, college, University of Michigan grad, who is coaching Orchard Lake St. Mary's. So, but I mean, they're going to have to play. They're going to play Portage Central, and then in the Dexter and Groves game should be a pretty good game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that Division II is a whole lot of fun there for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it there, JC.
The other game I had an eyeball on, Rich, and we talked about it yesterday on the Sportscape show, was the Cass Tech Saline game.
Yes.
C.J. Carr's son, Tommy, or brother Tommy, who's a senior there, is I don't know where he's going. I don't think he's declared yet. There's a lot of people taking a look at him.
His big brother playing at Notre Dame, of course.
He's going to be kicking off here at noon against Pitt. CJ has really gotten much better as the season goes along.
And what is he, just a redshirt freshman?
He's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, so this kid has got a couple of years.
I heard Tommy is really looking at Michigan. CJ did not want to go to Michigan.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Sure.
You
could see the natural gravitation to it, but you could also see the other side of it. Look, I want no part of that.
And Tommy being the younger brother is like, well, then I'm going to Michigan. So I don't know how hard. I know they're recruiting him. I know he's a senior, but I hadn't heard anything about it. But anyways, this Sadler kid, who's a running back and a DB for Cass Tech, who's slated to go to North Carolina.
Right.
Had 4 touchdowns, 2 running touchdowns, caught one and had a pick 6.
Not a bad day.
He had a good day.
That's for sure. No, but that like you had mentioned off air, JC, that commitment to North Carolina, of course, always in flux. It's like all commitments, verbal commitments in today's day.
Bryce Underwood was supposed to go to LSU.
Oh, yeah.
Until the day, there was a lot of talk a week before. Yeah. I just read this huge article on ESPN.com. They settled their strike, by the way. You saw that.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh,
so they're
okay.
back on YouTube today.
Oh,
college football fans rejoice. There's going to be an extra 5 games on TV today, 7 games on TV today. But yeah, they settled the dispute between YouTube TV. There's 12 million people. 12 million subscribers that were out of ESPN. So, anyways, going back to D1, East Kentwood will round out the bracket today. They're playing Hudsonville, which should be a really good game.
Yes.
But Catholic Central had no problem with Clarkston.
They did not. 42-13.
I saw the interview with their coach, and he's a younger guy. Mm-hmm. That guy is borderline cocky, Lane Kiffin.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Just brash. I don't care.
Our kids came in, and they had a game plan. They executed perfectly. I mean, it was just, it was pretty braggadocious. But
right.
This is that's what you get. And you should see the video because the kids are all kind of filing around in the background. Right. They're massive.
Is that right?
Detroit Catholic Central, massive kids. So they won't. I don't think they would meet Cass Tech until the finals. Cass Tech's going to end up playing Rochester Adams, who beat Romeo 29-13. Rochester Adams, no slouch.
Let me see. I've got the brackets right here. Oh, the winner of the Cass Tech Rochester Adams game is going to play the winner of Catholic Central in the Hudsonville East Kentwood game.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So that's yep. So
that's the collision course.
Yes.
Detroit Catholic Central versus Cass Tech and D1. That will be must-see TV if that comes to fruition.
Yes. Yeah, that would be sweet for sure. Okay.
We'll give the folks a little encapsulation of everything else. There are some games still left to be played today.
That's right. Yes, there are. Okay, when we come back, we're going to have head coach from the winning Mount Pleasant Oilers, Jason McIntyre. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howey, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
The savings are red hot at the Chevy Red Tag Sale at Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Right now, you can lease a 2026 LT Crew Cab with TurboMax for an astounding $155 per month with just $3,500 down. Or take advantage of 0% financing for qualified buyers on select 2026 Silverado, 1500s, Equinox, or Trailblazers. Grab a red tag before they're all gone. You'll only find these at ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord on Old 27 at Jim Wernig Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com.
Take a trip to Tuscany when you visit Benetham's in November. A sumptuous shrimp strozzapreti and an elegant eggplant parm tower taste as wonderful as they look. And an old-world lasagna al forno is Italian comfort food at its finest. No one has a better Italian wine list to pair with your meal than Benetham's. The 4 to 6 p.m. happy hour is a wonderful chance to try the Italian appetizers. Visit Benethams.com and reserve your table today. Benetham's, for the true love of food.
Sweet treats from Alpine Chocolate House have been holiday favorites for 40 years. That's why so many chocolate lovers descend on Alpine Chocolate House in Gaylord and Boyne City on Black Friday. November 28th in Gaylord from 9 to 1 and Boyne City from 4 to 9. Get 30% off everything at Alpine Chocolate House. Gift baskets, chocolate-covered chips, everything on the shelves. Or go to Alpine Chocolate House online and get 20% off your entire order on Black Friday. A family tradition since 1985.
Stop in to Jim Warnick GMC to check out all the new GMC models. From the smooth and quiet ride of the GMC Sierra to a great selection of SUVs to include the Acadia, Terrain, and Yukon. No matter what your needs and budget, you'll find the right GMC to check all the boxes. All this in an amazing service department, sales team, and finance group makes shopping Jim Warnick GMC in Gaylord the best choice. Visit WarnickGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade.
Join the Lions viewing party in Victory Sports and Entertainment every game day at Odawa Casino Petoskey. Just $15 gets you an all-you-can-eat buffet with wings, pizza, Nathan's hot dogs, and gourmet cookies, plus drink specials. Register to win a pair of tickets for the Lions' December 21st game against the Steelers at Ford Field and $100 cash. Register at every Lions watch party inside Victories before December 13th, or register once per day at UpNorthSportsRadio.com by midnight December 13th. From Odawa Casino Petoskey and Up North Sports Radio.
Anything that's from in the coach's box. Those like
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is the head coach of the Mount Pleasant Oilers, Jason McIntyre. And Jason, I tell you what, went into the ball game last night in front of a big home crowd, and you took care of business against a good East Grand Rapids team with a 28-14 win.
Yeah, it was an incredible night, an incredible football game. One of the better games I can remember in a while, and both teams making plays, physical, all the things you want in a high school football game in the regional final.
Yeah, Coach, looked like you guys had a pretty good night to play some football. So I'm sure that crowd was just absolutely was at its highest peak with the success that you've had this year.
Yeah, no, our community came out in big time, and it was awesome to do it at home and be in front of our home crowd. And I think it was just an incredible experience for our kids. And that, in the end, that's what I'm really, really thankful for, is that these kids who've worked so hard and we've asked so much out of got that reward and got to do it in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, Coach, you match up next against a very good Lowell Red Arrow team. Coach, do you know where that game's going to be played yet?
No, the MHSA's got to wait until all the games today are played. Not because, even though both our games have been played, they have to wait till every division's played so they can pinpoint where all the games are going to be at their possible locations. So
yeah, we
won't know probably till about 5, 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, they all become neutral site games now, Coach?
Yeah, everything's neutral site, 1 o'clock next Saturday, every division. So that's why the MHSA has to kind of wait and see geographically where all the winners from today are, so that they can decide what's the best fit for each division.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Coach, do you, being president of the Coaches Association, does that give you any extra input at all, Coach?
No, I won't have any input. All it does is mean I have a few numbers for some of those guys, but they're not going to listen to me today anyways. It doesn't really matter. We got to just focus on a football game. Where it's played is probably not a big deal. We know it'll be a nice place, and know we'll have turf. We know all that stuff. That's what they do this time of year.
Yeah,
Coach. 4 pretty good football teams left in Division III. DeWitt didn't have a lot of problems with Fenton, and of course Warren De La Salle is a perennial state championship contender.
Yeah, no, it's all the blue bloods now, huh?
Yeah.
So I mean, in the history of our football program, when you say things like Lowell, East Grand Rapids, DeWitt, that brings thoughts of some pretty dang football teams and pretty dang football programs. So we're just excited to be part of that mix.
Yeah, Coach, you wear many hats there at Mount Pleasant. You're also the athletic director. You're also you're getting ready to host a game there in Mount Pleasant again, are you not?
We're running on fumes right now, but we're getting ready. We have the 8-player semifinal game today between Deckerville and St. Pat's. So we're looking forward to watching a great football game and putting making sure these kids get the experience they deserve at our place. I don't know why I'm a glutton for punishment wearing the dual hats, but it is what it is.
Well, you got 3 hats, Coach. You're president of the Coaches Association, I'm sure.
Yeah, that sleep can come later on, Coach. Don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got to keep telling myself right now.
Coach, when's the last time you guys played against Lowell?
Gosh, that's a great question. So one of the best high school football teams in the history of Michigan was the 04 Lowell team. If you look them up and look at their record, you'll be unbelievable. They won a state championship. They had a couple of kids who went to Michigan State back in the Noel Dean era.
No, I was going to, yes.
04.
Yeah, Lowell sent a lot of kids to state.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played them in the 04 district and got whooped on pretty good, but everybody did that year. I always joke, I think the credit we have for that year is I think we were the only team to score in the first quarter on them all year or something. But we got our first touchdown in the first quarter, and then it was pretty down from that. We played in 04. I'd have to remember. That might be the only time we've played them.
Yeah.
In football.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Coach, a little fun fact, Noel Dean, in his younger years, grew up in Grayling. His dad was the superintendent here in Grayling. And also, Noel's son was the quarterback of that team. He went on to be a two-time national champion wrestler.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew they're a big wrestling family along with football. Noel's a great guy. I've known Noel for a while. He served on the board of directors with me a couple times at the state level. He's an incredible football coach and done some incredible things in the state.
Well, as busy as you've been, you probably haven't seen any tape on Lowell, Coach.
We're just getting it in. Yep, our focus, we never look ahead here. So our focus was on East Grand Rapids until the clock hit 0 last night. And we're just getting our film in today, and we'll get this game set up and get it rolling, and maybe, I might have my laptop with me while the game's going on.
As you should, Coach.
Yeah.
Not
much. Or you could glean something from the 8-man. Maybe you find a new formation that you guys haven't tried yet.
Yeah. I'd prefer to play with 12 if I could get away with it over 8.
For sure.
You're on the coaches committee. Let's
run that idea by him,
home
Coach.
team gets an extra player.
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, we'll let you get back to a lot of your other duties. Again, we really appreciate squeezing in some time for us here on the Scoreboard Show.
Well, great. Good stuff to talk about high school football, so appreciate you guys.
All right, thanks.
All right, take
Jason
care, Coach.
McIntyre.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep.
From the Mount Pleasant Oilers. Yeah, good. Got to talking to him on the phone while telling the athletic department that Traverse City we're coming down for the ball game. We struck up a conversation. He said he wanted to come on the Scoreboard Show because he'd heard about it from Eric Sugars. So anyway, how that comes, they all talk.
People are all bored on Saturday morning. Just to recap what's happened in D3, the Lowell team that Mount Pleasant's going to face next squeaked by Zeeland West 36-34. DeWitt, oh my gosh, 70 points. Fenton 26.
Boy.
I'd be willing to bet Fenton turned it over a couple times.
As Coach mentioned, the Blue Bloods, are left standing here. As you mentioned, that DeWitt game, and Warren De La Salle beat Martin Luther King 38-20.
Yeah.
And now those two teams, DeWitt and De La Salle, match up, and both of those teams have won many a state championship.
I'm reading the article here on that King. King was, as I was telling you off air,
that
the
was
second best PSL team.
And that was at King's home field.
It was at King's home. Well, and their two best players did not play in the first half because of disciplinary reasons, and De La Salle went up 20. They had an 18-point lead at halftime. So
they took full advantage.
Kudos to the coach to go ahead and do that,
because obviously you're sacrificing your potential moving on in the playoffs.
Yep.
So absolutely good for that coach to abide by that.
Look out for De La Salle. Their quarterback's a sophomore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was 24-6 at halftime. So obviously the King got back into the game a little bit, but probably too many points. Are they defending state champions? I don't think they are. I don't think De La Salle won last year, but they've won a number of state championships in the last couple. So,
yeah.
Okay.
I just got updated from Coach Ward. He's going to be available in 5 minutes here, so that's good for us.
Yeah, good for us. Well, maybe we'll chat for a little bit, and then we covered D1 and D2 and D3 now, so we'll get into the Division 4 results. Hudson Unity Christian, never heard of them.
Yeah, exactly.
They beat Big Rapids quite handily.
They sure did.
52-14. Vicksburg and Portland are playing today. Goodrich beat Williamston 41-33, and Dearborn Divine Child is playing at Harper Woods. That should be a dynamite football game.
Right.
Harper Woods is 11-0. Dearborn Divine Child having a great season. They're 10-1, and they played a lot of teams above them.
Okay.
So, and then our buddies in Division 5.
Yeah, Ogama Heights
is playing at Saginaw Swan Valley today at 1.
Yep.
West Catholic beat Kalamazoo Hack at Catholic 27-0. Monroe Jefferson 71, Michigan Center 45.
Just crazy.
When you get that, that's 150 points.
It's just ridiculous.
How do you get 150 points
combined? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And that means there was a running clock at some point in time.
Oh, absolutely. That's what's even more crazy is that, look, a 35-point lead in the second half, you have a running clock. How are they able to score that many points? Because I've called a lot of games that it's the time flight. You can't even get in your commercial breaks.
No, I know.
And so it's like for them to score that many points, it's up and down the field. It's literally a track meet.
Pontiac Notre Dame beat Frankenmuth 42-28. We know how good that Frankenmuth team is. So Notre Dame Prep's going to play Monroe Jefferson. Yeah. That will not be a running clock.
No.
But there's going to be a lot of points scored.
For sure.
And then, you were telling me, Rich, in D6, we're going to talk to Coach Woer here in a couple of minutes. They beat a very game Rapid City or Reed City team.
Yes, Reed City came to play, and Coach Woer will talk about that because it was they did not Kingsley did not take the lead until the fourth quarter and then hung on. So incredible ball.
They're
game.
going to await the winner of the Montrose Kent City. I don't even know where Kent City is.
Yeah, I would have to. I could probably check.
But they're playing it Saturday, and then perennial powers Jackson Lumen Christi will meet Altamont. Jackson Lumen Christi, God knows how many state championships they have. 21-7 over Ida, and Altamont beat Detroit Edison, who's a very good football team, 44-8. So Lumen Christi and Altamont will square off probably for the 30th time.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah, they are familiar foes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And then Division 7, Shelby and Menominee will play today. Piamo Westphalia beat Ithaca 42-21. But that was probably a pretty good football game.
No question.
And both the other two games are happening today. Schoolcraft plays Hanover Horton. Don't know where that is. Clinton 9-2 is playing Millington at 9-2. And then in D8, a game. Glen Lake finally lost to Squeaker.
Okay. Yeah. Fine, I know. That was a
they
tough
won
one.
All these nail biters all year long, and you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. They lost to Bark River Harris 22-21. That had to be just a great football game.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, that was unfortunate for sure. But
Beale City, the defending state champs who we've been following a little bit, they're playing at Harbor Beach today at 1 o'clock. Hudson 68,
right.
22 at Springboard, and then Allen Park Cabrini beat Madison Heights Madison 34-32. So that is the results to date here. Let's take a quick break.
Coach Woer is ready. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig, GMC in Gaylord. All right, welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show. Rich Calkins here, Jerry Coyne as well. We will be getting a hold of Coach Tim Woer here in just a minute. And okay, we are ready.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. So you've got just days to get out there and enjoy those ORV trails without restrictions. Michigan's ORV restrictions during deer season are simple. On any public hunting land, you cannot operate your ORV during peak hunting hours. That means staying off the trails from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and again from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. However, there are a few legal exceptions. You are permitted to use your ORV during these restricted times for a few critical reasons, including to retrieve legally harvested deer, bear, or elk using the most direct route, to go to and from a permanent residence or hunting camp that is otherwise inaccessible by a conventional vehicle, or for hunters with disabilities who hold a valid permit to hunt from a standing vehicle. Speaking of safety and readiness, now is the perfect time to get your machine into the shop. Outdoor Equipment Co. services all makes and models of ORVs, not just the ones they sell. Visit us at upnorthsportsradio.com to learn about outdoor equipment's preseason sales in the service department.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it. Mowing the yard will no longer be a chore with a Toro Time Cutter, built to tackle big jobs while fitting in small spaces with zero-turn maneuverability. Getting on and off the mower is a breeze with a step-through front end. Comfort comes standard with a seat that provides the ultimate in padding and back support. The Toro Time Cutter is available in a variety of deck sizes and special features. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Toro, count on it.
The savings are red hot at the Chevy Red Tag Sale at Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Right now, you can lease a 2026 LT Crew Cab with TurboMax for an astounding $155 per month with just $3,500 down. Or take advantage of 0% financing for qualified buyers on select 2026 Silverado, 1500s, Equinox, or Trailblazers. Grab a red tag before they're all gone. You'll only find these at ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord on Old 27 at Jim Wernig Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Stop in to Jim Wernig GMC to check out all the new GMC models, from the smooth and quiet ride of the GMC Sierra to a great selection of SUVs to include the Acadia, Terrain, and Yukon. No matter what your needs and budget, you'll find the right GMC to check all the boxes. All this and an amazing service department, sales team, and finance group makes shopping Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord the best choice. Visit WernigGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com. It's time to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com. miarmyguard.com.
Hi, this is Staff Sergeant Travis Scheller, Michigan Army National Guard recruiter for the Traverse City area. I'm proud to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week is Gavin Lewis of Kingsley Stags. Congratulations, Gavin. I'll be dropping by Kingsley High School with some National Guard swag just for you. Visit miarmyguard.com to set your career in motion.
Congratulations to the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio's High School Scoreboard Show. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now is the head coach of the Kingsley Stags, Tim Wooler. And Tim, before we get to that exciting win last night, we got to go back a week. And what a performance your team and especially Gavin Lewis put on the field against that huge 57-6 win over St. Francis.
of 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Played really well. Incredible emotion last week against St. Francis. And I don't know as if a lot of people want to say it was a letdown, but I just think Reed City was an outstanding football team that sometimes it's about matchups, and, they played incredibly physical on both sides of the ball. And, we were fortunate to get a win. I'm not going to say the best team lost, but they were two really equally talented teams, and Reed City had some phenomenal running backs, and it was just kind of a tough handshake line because you go through shaking their hands and you see kids that laid it on the line, and they were just an outstanding football team. One of those games where you don't want either team to lose.
Right.
But, we were lucky to get out of it with a win and move on.
Yeah, Coach, I was able to listen to that game on the radio, and like you said, your team gave up a couple of scores early in the game, but what resiliency by you guys to kind of battle back, finally get go ahead in the fourth quarter, and be able to win that game 18-14. What an incredible effort by your team.
Yeah, it was an uncomfortable feeling because it was a game that you just felt like you never had control of, and we hang our hat on our run game, and we never got in a flow. We had 12 offensive plays in the first half, and Reed City just did an outstanding job of getting 3, 4, or 5 yards of crack and controlling the clock, and that's typically what we do.
Right.
And they did that to us, and it was frustrating to watch. It was difficult to get into an offensive rhythm, and you really don't like winning games on trick plays or trickery. But a fourth down pass was a boot pass throwback back to a halfback leaking out on a wheel route, but. Like I said, we'll take it and we'll move on.
Yeah, and Coach, it sounded like the way it was described on the radio, the receiver of that touchdown, it bobbled it a couple of times, but finally was able to grab a hold of it and get it into the end zone. So it was a really super exciting play.
Well, I guess so. I liked 50 to.
Yeah, I guess you do, Coach.
Better, but Nolan made a nice catch. I didn't see the bobble, but Tucker made a great throw, and we just got a back matched up on a linebacker, and we made the throw and made the catch. But
and that was the fourth down play, right, Coach?
That was 4th and 10 with about 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
So that is the game, essentially.
Yeah, I think we would have got the ball back and had another shot, I think, but there might have been 6 minutes left. But, yeah, then Reed City makes a drive, and we get a fourth down stop on our own 30. And then we have to, you have to get a first down and run the clock out, which we did. But, you don't want to be in 4th and 10, and our offense is not designed for that. We talk to our kids about wanting to throw when you want to, not when you have to. Control the game, hit chunk yards, and then catch them on their heels. Not when it's 4th and 10. But we made the play.
Coach, I if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But I do have to ask you about the St. Francis field goal thing. That story has grown into mythic legend in the past week or so, and I don't know if anybody's asked you about it or what your thoughts were about the having to change out the goalpost.
You're the first person that has talked to me.
Okay.
And I guess the only thing that I will say is it did not come from St. Francis coaching staff or the administration.
Right.
It's really over and done with, and this has been an outstanding rivalry between two outstanding programs.
100%.
And it's actually unfortunate that it's grown to what it's grown into because, it was a form of motivation for our community, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just, but I still think that's part of the rivalry, though, too. I just think that when you have a rivalry game, there's going to be emotions and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have a little bit of something trickled on top of it. But let's not forget who St. Francis is.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Josh Sellers does a great job.
Yeah, we love Coach. He's on with us all the time.
Just an incredible, classy staff. People.
Yep.
Their kids are classy.
Oh yeah.
And I think would everybody have liked this to have been handled differently? Certainly. But
I guess the
one
one
move on to a semifinal game, and St. Francis has to move on as well.
I just want to ask you one quick question about it. When did you first hear? According to the story, it came to your attention. What, the day of the game or the day before the game? Somebody had to have called you.
It was the night before. I was at my daughter's volleyball game, district championship volleyball game.
Right.
Mitch Miggenberger, athletic director, called me down out of the stands and said, "Hey, this is the situation we've got." And Mitch called the MHSA after the volleyball game, and eventually, I think at 10 o'clock at night, the MHSA said, "You can play with the goalposts. We're not going to make you move." And Josh Rothwell, our superintendent, says, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to get them fixed."
Okay.
And it was nothing that we were aware of. The goalposts were donated to us.
Right.
From Rogers Athletic, which is a big, football equipment.
Manufacturer.
Football equipment,
Yep.
yeah. And they donated them to us, and we understood they were regulation size. Never had any clue, but I told Josh, "No, we've got to fix them. And if that means we bump the game back to a Saturday game, we bump it back to a Saturday." But again, I just think everybody. I feel bad for the St. Francis community. That's
right.
It's. Could it have been handled differently? Yes, but that's not what it's been blown into. I just feel bad for even the people who are directly involved. I'm sure that they feel bad about it, and everybody just needs to let everybody move on.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to ask you, Coach, and I appreciate you. Yeah,
it's a social media thing, Coach.
My wife sent it to me.
It's a runaway train. I mean, it gets going and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
my wife didn't even know where Kingsley was, and
it's
she
right around
said,
the corner.
Yeah, I'm
where
like, it's just down the street from Fife Lake, honey, where we live. So
maybe we can all let the St. Francis people move on and move on to a semifinal game. But
speaking of Coach, you real quick, Montrose and Kent City. I know Montrose, really tough team. Kent City, I don't know much about them, but you're going to play the winner of that game today.
Yeah, I think Montrose. If you look at their schedule. The most games they've given up the entire season is 14 points in a game. So they appear to be outstanding defensively. Kent City has a quarterback who, as I understand, is a big, tall, thick kid who's a Grand Valley commit.
Okay.
And they run the T and the spread. So, those are two teams. We knew we had to get through St. Francis and Reed City. So I'll be very honest.
Sure.
We haven't looked ahead one bit on this game, but we'll scout it today. And, we get an extra day of prep next week because the semifinal is going to be a Saturday game.
Right.
So, all Saturday games, yeah.
Yep. So
I don't know if they're going to stream that game or not. You
Yeah,
should be able to watch the game live, I'm assuming.
Yeah, NFHS, I'm sure will have that through MHSAA. Lots of acronyms here and initials. So, but all right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the big time win, and good luck next week. And congratulations once again to Gavin Lewis on being the National Guard Student Athlete of the Week.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. You guys have a good day.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Tim Moore, Kingsley Stags. All right, JC.
All right, I just.
Yeah, we had It's that
he
was.
I'm glad that he talked about it.
He addressed it. Yeah.
Coach. I don't think he wanted to talk about it, but I appreciate the.
And you presented it in a way where it wasn't, like conflicting or attacking or anything like that. You gave him an opportunity to find out what was going on. So.
Yeah, I mean. And I'm glad to hear his side of the story. I'm sure that was wild.
I knew
he's at a volleyball game, and the AD comes up and says our goalposts are illegal.
And
the MHSAA was saying that they could go ahead and play the game without fixing them.
Because again, it wasn't like one end of the stadium was regulation, the other one was they were both the same, and no one knew. Again, you in high school you get stuff donated to you, equipment like goalposts, you take it, assuming they're right.
De La Salle's old gym when I was in high school was 52 feet long. Not 74 feet long.
Right.
So they are very flexible about it. So obviously if you can't get them fixed, you can go ahead and play the game.
Right.
And kudos to Coach War. He said, no, let's fix them and make them legit. So there you go.
Let's get Rich Moffat's in waiting.
We're
going to do a quick break and get a hold of Rich Moffat real quick. Talk a little basketball.
The savings are red hot at the Chevy Red Tag Sale at Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Right now, you can lease a 2026 LT Crew Cab with TurboMax for an astounding $155 per month with just $3,500 down. Or take advantage of 0% financing for qualified buyers on select 2026 Silverado, 1500s, Equinox, or Trailblazers. Grab a red tag before they're all gone. You'll only find these at ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord on Old 27 at Jim Wernig Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com.
Need a little help this holiday season? Blarney Stone Broadcasting and Toys for Tots are here to make sure every child in Northern Michigan has a gift to open this Christmas. Families in need can register for assistance during the month of November. Visit toysfortots.org to find the local campaign and sign up. Keep an eye out for Toys for Tots boxes in local businesses where you can donate new unwrapped toys, including the one at the Blarney Stone Broadcasting Studios in Grayling. Get more details on Toys for Tots at q100michigan.com.
If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com.
Up North Sports Radio reminds you to shop local when you can, as often as you can. Great businesses like McLean's Ace Hardware in Grayling have amazing items to offer and contribute to our local economy. 101.1 WGRY, Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio with you. And joining us now, a familiar voice from Voices Past, Rich Moffat. And Rich, you're getting back into coaching.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing great, buddy. So you're going to, after a layoff for a few years, Rich, you coached the Grayling Vikings for a long time. You're now going to be the head coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds.
Yeah, Rich. Very, very fortunate. To be honest with you, I had no idea that this would happen again, and I helped out a little bit with St. Mary's last year, and their coach approached me towards the end of the year and negotiated with my wife here to my left, talking about the pros and cons, and still passionate about the game, passionate about working with kids, passionate about building lifetime skills and players that are going to last a lifetime, and love challenges. And we're looking forward to take over a storied program here in Northern Michigan, and hopefully through a process, which we've got a lot of work to do, but through a process we can build a great thing here.
Coach, so you ripped a page out of the Kevin O'Connell book. Going from Grayling to St. Mary's, but you've been there for a little bit, and you know what a special community they have there at that school.
It is. It's a great community. It's a tight-knit community. The kids are great kids.
Yep. Yeah.
They really are, and I've been able to work with some great teachers, great administrators there, and we're bringing a Grayling flavor to our basketball program. Dale Jacobs, who was the coach previously, who did a fantastic job, won 4 championships at St. Mary's. He's going to stay on and help. I've got Rocky Tobin, who was with me a number of years. He's up there, and he's working at St. Mary's. He's going to help. And we also have Eric Batway.
Oh, really?
The general.
The general, yeah.
The general who's retired, general from the Air Force, and he's got over 30 years of coaching experience, and so he's helping us. So
wow.
You look at our staff, our varsity staff, we've got over 110 years of coaching experience, so I don't know how good we're going to be, but I know we're going to have the oldest guys here working with kids in Northern Michigan.
Well, the only thing you got to figure out, Coach, is, when you get your gym time, because the facility's not that big, and all those kids are so busy doing all these other things. But you're going to get, the best effort from each and every one of those kids.
Oh, yeah. It's, facilities are a challenge, no doubt about it. The kids, we've just taken them through 3 days of grueling practices, and it's funny. They're looking up stuff on Amazon on how to take care of blisters and this and that. And I've had kids say their feet feel like sandpaper, but we're getting there. We're going to play a fast-paced style of basketball. We're going to get up and down the court. We're going to press, and our goal hopefully is to score to get a quality shot within the first 10 seconds of a possession. And
wow.
So, a little bit different style of game, but our kids have really embraced it, and they're working hard.
Yeah, Coach, I've witnessed a lot of those practices, so I know all about it. Those kids, definitely, if anything else, Coach, you guys will be in shape. There's no doubt about it.
We will definitely be in shape, and we've got a good quality young crew coming back. I've got 4 kids who played significant minutes last year, 3 sophomores with Nate O'Connell, Joey Jacobson, Cooper McKinley, and the big man in the middle, Charles Cameron. And so we got 4 solid kids with a lot of experience last year coming back, and we got a lot of kids around them who are really working hard and are definitely going to contribute.
Well, Coach, it's a good gym, a home gym to press in. Okay, so.
Yeah, Rich, we've got a hard out for the Michigan pregame show today, so I wish we had more time to talk about things, but definitely I want you to be a regular starting in December when we start talking basketball full time.
Yeah, I'd love to. Speaking of Michigan, I was down there, watched a practice about 3 weeks ago. They got a special thing going there. I'll tell you what,
they do.
Coach Dusty May.
Yeah.
We're bringing some of their stuff to our program, and
nice.
He's got a lot of cutting-edge stuff, and what a great culture he's created there.
100%. Watched the game last night, and that team's got Final Four written all over it.
They, obviously stay healthy, get some breaks, and they are fun. And the neat thing about them, after practice, I'm walking around talking to players. What great kids.
Yeah.
I mean, just phenomenal kids, phenomenal coaches. Dusty is as good as they come, and it was a really good experience for us. We learned a lot going down there.
All right, Rich Moffitt, appreciate you. We'll be in touch, buddy.
All right, you guys take care. Thank you.
All right, Rich Moffitt, head coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds boys basketball.
Here comes U of M football.
This has been the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to the best customer service and the best.
Everybody, Harry Carey at Wrigley Field.
Playing at Wrigley Field is going to be an amazing experience.
It's historic. You're playing a really good Northwestern team. It's awesome. I'm ready for the atmosphere and everything that comes with it.
Talked about how historic it was. We got a lot of Illinois and Chicago guys, so they're familiar with it, but the environment really can't dictate who we are and what we're going to play and how we're going to play. We don't really want to focus on it too much. At the end of the day, it's just football. And it's the mindset that everybody have to have. We ought to be all in.
Playoff football, playoff mentality, back against the wall, and just go 1-0 every game.
And it starts with this one. Got to win this one. We know that if we play the football that we're capable of, we can beat anybody in the country.
Michigan football is on the air. Welcome to the pregame show, presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of Michigan athletics. Over the next hour, we'll break down today's key storylines and visit with players and coaches. Wolverines football is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Game day deserves the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar because fan work is thirsty work. By Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America. Close Shave Barbasol. And by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Now, let's go to the stadium. Here are the voices of Michigan football, Doug Karsh and John Jansen.
Well, how about this? We've moved our network microphones to historic Wrigley Field, opened in 1914 under the name Weigman Park, and here, 111 years later, the winged helmet of Michigan invades, hoping to put together a complete game for all 9 innings today as the Wolverines round third and head for home in this 2025 Michigan football season. Hi again, friends. Doug Karsh alongside the captain, John Jansen. And John, Michigan's had to dip deep into its bullpen lately with all the injury. I'm going to stop.